about him.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing yet.
Hey, what's up, man? Come drop it over. Is what?
Got it.
You say you can't read any of it?
No, I didn't read any of it.
Okay. Shoot, I know y'all done talked about a little bit of something. You got any questions about anything, bro?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's your ethnicity? My fault.
It's just like, so I know we're all connected. So is it like, it's like a.
Give me the branch.
Divided into like different subgroups?
I mean, yeah, you can say that because you had the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So give me Deuteronomy 76 and then give me the branch, right?
Romans 11. You want the one in Romans 11?
Not Ezekiel.
Okay.
I got you. Shake it out, bro.
God, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Right?
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right, so from Genesis to Deuteronomy, bro, that's the Torah. That's called the From Genesis to Deuteronomy, that's the Torah. That's called the instruction, right? So right now, Moses is speaking to the congregation of Israel. They're not at Mount Sinai right now, are they? Yeah, they should be. He's talking to the children of Israel at Mount Sinai right now. So he's telling the Israelites word from God that they're a chosen people unto God, right?
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Now that word holy in the Hebrew is kodash. It means to be separate or set apart. So he's basically telling Israel, you're a set apart people unto God, right?
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
right?
Above all people that upon the face of the earth.
So God chose one specific people group to be above all the people that are upon the face of the earth, right? This is who we know to be the Israelites of the Bible, who you see are these various 12 tribes over here on this side of the hemisphere, right? Yeah. So like, what's your ethnicity? Like, do you know who your father is or where you come from?
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
So you Mexican, indigenous Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So go to Deuteronomy 28. We're gonna hold that, but we're gonna go to Deuteronomy 28, right? Because then it's like, okay, the Israelites, God chosen people. He chose one people, but how we know who they are? You know what I'm saying? So the Israelites will be also foretold to go through certain curses and also get certain blessings if they followed or disobeyed God, right? Here you go, right here.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So boom, right here, the Israelites being told, hey, if you listen and do everything God tells you to do, he gonna set you up high above everybody on the earth. You're gonna get the fruit of the land, fruit of the cattle, everything of this abundance is gonna be given to you, right? Those are things that we want, those are blessings. It sounds good, right? Boom, now go to verse 15.
Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes.
See, but now if you don't listen and you don't do these things, this is what's gonna happen.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So now if you don't do what you're supposed to do and you don't listen to what God say, curses are gonna come upon you, right? Go to verse 46.
Verse 46, they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever.
Right? So now these curses are going to be upon these people for a sign, right? What's a sign? It's an indicator. So when we see these specific curses on this group of people, we know that this is an indication that these are the Israelites because they disobeyed God, right? And it said it upon thy seed forever. So now their children are going to also carry on these curses because they went against the Lord, right? Go to 54, and then we're going to go to 59 after that.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
So check this out, bro. One of these curses right here is describing, it said a man that was tender among you and very delicate. How we used to look at each other was with love. We treated each other with love and kindness, right? Keep going.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
So now the brother that you used to look at with love, now your eyes gonna be evil towards you, right? Look at black on black crime, black on brown crime. Look at how we treat each other. We're divided, even though we're in the same places and we the same people, right? You going?
And toward the wife of his bosom,
right?
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Now his wife and his baby mama, he got indignation towards them and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead. Now the nigga gonna leave his kids. So now we just highlighted black on brown crime, domestic violence, and single parent households. What group of people, what demographic of people on this earth go through that or is plagued with that in their community?
I believe black crime, not black crime, black communities.
The black community, the Hispanic community as well. We all in the same place, you know what I'm saying? Watch this, go to verse 59. Because like you said, you indigenous to the Americas, right? Texas used to be your land. Check this out.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far,
Right?
from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies.
So he's saying, I'm gonna send a nation from far to one end of the earth to the other. From Europe to America, that's pretty far, right? Yeah. Right, he said, I'm gonna bring a nation from far over to you as swift as the eagle flying. What's the national bird for America? The eagle. What's the national bird for Spain? What's on the flag?
I believe the eagle as well.
The eagle as well, right? He said, I'm gonna send a nation from far, and he's gonna come as swift as the eagle flieth, right?
Tongue. And that's a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
And when they come over here, you're not gonna understand the language. You're not gonna speak the same language as them, right? They had translators when they came over here to the Americas. You didn't speak the same. You didn't speak Spanish before. You didn't speak Spanish before they came over this way. There's a specific language. Hey, Mathathi, what is the language that the indigenous natives,
Nawa.
the Nawa, they spoke Nawa, right? Versus now you got some English and some Spaniards coming over this land, teaching you English, and things have to be translated and get lost in translation, right? And what else is gonna happen?
A nation of fair countenance,
Right.
Which should not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
They coming to kill, they coming to slaughter. They don't care if you young, old, dark, or white. We coming to take over this land, right? Who that sound like?
It sounds like
The conquistadors, boom. These are the curses that the natives went through and also the Hispanics. Contrary to popular belief, Puerto Ricans and Tainos were actually the first, I guess you could say the first minorities to go on slave ships, yeah. Before African Americans went on ships, the Tainos went on ships first. So your roots actually went on slave ships first. Go check this out, go to verse 68.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So check this out. We see single parent households, black on brown crime. We've seen a nation coming to ravage us and ravage our land, right? And then this is another curse that was gonna be on the children of Israel, right? Check this out.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Go to Exodus verse 20, right?
Book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I'm the Lord thy God, which has brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So we see here, Egypt is synonymous with bondage. So boom, Deuteronomy 28 say, I'm gonna bring you into Egypt again. I'm gonna bring you into bondage again, but this time how?
With ships.
So this time you're gonna go into bondage, you're gonna go into slavery with what?
With ships.
With ships, right?
By the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You're not gonna see that old Egyptian captivity. You're not gonna see Pharaoh and that captivity again. You're gonna see a new one, right?
And there thou shalt be sold unto your enemy for bondmen and bondwomen.
So now, after you go to slavery on ships, you're gonna be put on auction blocks to be sold for bondman, slave man, and bondwoman, slave woman. Now, when we look at the totality of these curses that are supposed to be on a specific people for a sign, who does that correlate with, bro?
I'm not sure.
It's us.
So the Israelites?
Yeah, we the Israelites, right? Read verse 46 one more time.
Come.
Watch this, man.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever.
Okay, boom. So these curses, they're gonna be on a certain people as an indicator, right? From the curses that we read, do we need to read some of them again?
No, I know that.
All right, boom. So from the curses that we read, what people do you see that fits?
The brown, Hispanics, and black.
Exactly, boom. This is one of the reasons we know who we are as a people, opposed to just being black, a color in a crayon box, or Hispanic, which is a byword which means Hispaniard. It means you're still owned. You get what I'm saying? So boom. These ain't, give me that proverb in the bywords, like it, if you know where it's at. It's somewhere in there. Hey, Yadi, proverb in the byword, Deuteronomy 28. No, that's not. That's the man tender among you.
37.
37? Come on.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37.
The water, bro.
And that should become an astonishment.
Right.
A proverb and a byword.
You're going to be an astonishment. You're going to be a show, a spectacle under all nations. They're going to look at you and be like, damn, look at, we see niggas walking around, pants sagging, ass hanging out. Make no sense, right? Niggas doing it for a trend. They don't even know that this shit started in prison, and niggas that's showing their ass out, nigga, you a bitch. You look like you ready to get your ass taken. That's where it derived from. But now we out here walking around like it's just cool, right?
So I didn't know that.
What's that? Boy, good shit, boy. Good shit, good shit, good shit, good shit. What else you say? Come over here too, right? What you saying, bro?
I didn't know that all of this, like even stuff that's going on with Hispanics right now and the world, that it was all predicted. You know?
Check, yeah, cause
I didn't know that.
you believe in the Bible, sis, right? You don't believe in the Bible? Oh, we gonna get to you in a second. All right, that's the best. So check this out. Go back to that. Go to 28 and verse 1.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
So it says it starts, it shall come to pass. That means this is gonna happen, right? So give me 1 Kings 8 and 47, right? The problem that we have as a community, we didn't forget where we came from. And now we in a free fall in America, and now we're trying to grab and cling on to everything we can because our history and our nationality have been erased, right?
Book of 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 47. Yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land, or whether they was carried captive and repent.
Right now it's being told, if they bethink themselves, that word bethink means to remember. If you remember yourself in a way where you became captive, right?
And make supplication unto thee.
And now you make supplication unto the Lord. Salah. Now you remember where you come from, remember who your God is and the morals that you used to live by, and then come back to your God. Ultimately, when you keep reading down to 47, we're not gonna read all the way to like 50 something, but it's basically telling you to repent and to come back and to remember who you are. Because if breaking the law is what's got us here in the first place, got us put into captivity, then the way we got to reverse it is now renewing our heart and our soul by keeping the laws that God wants us to keep. And now we can start building. But without it, we ain't got nothing.
I got a question on that subject. It's a sin to be prideful, but on that same topic, if is it bad to represent your history and your culture?
Nah, not at all. I mean, because it's still, just because we know that we Israelites, that don't mean we finna now denounce everything that we've done good in America. We're not gonna denounce now how we dressed ourselves or the music coming from the blues up to rap and the message that we brought for the upliftment of our community. We don't now disown it. We embrace it now, but remember it has to be tied back to our God. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't like we gotta give up everything in the world, but when it comes to the things that go against God, that's what we have to give up.
Okay, so then whatever we do, just make sure it's all within the Lord?
Like we know the Hispanic race, they celebrate Dios de los Muertos, right? Where they give up an offering for the dead, right? That will go against God's laws, but it would be a tradition in your community. That's something that you will have to give up because God said you shouldn't have no gods before him. You feel what I'm saying? But if you want to damn wear the flag and everything, it ain't no problem with it. You get what I mean?
That answers my question.
Huh? Oh, sure you got to go? Yeah, come on.
So, was it like just 12 tribes that were randomly chosen, or did we do anything to earn the...
We didn't do anything specifically to earn it, right? Go ahead and go to Genesis.
He just wanted us.
Genesis 22?
Number 7, 4 and 8. No, 7. I'm going to verse 7. I'm going to go to verse 7.
No, go ahead.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you are more in number than any people.
Right.
For you were the fewest of all people.
It wasn't because you was the greatest of many, but we were the fewest of many, right?
But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn to your fathers.
So we didn't do anything to deserve it. Ultimately, it was Abraham, it was Isaac, and it was Jacob. They the ones that really stems from Abraham. We're the seed line because of him, and then it went to Isaac, right? Then it went to Jacob, which come from the Israelites, Yasharallah, right? The 12 tribes. So it was a seed line that it just kept dropping to. It was Abraham had Ishmael, then he had Isaac. Then he basically said, in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And then at Isaac, he had Jacob and he had Esau. And then Jacob was the one that was ordained to get the blessing. So now you just have all these other nations that ultimately come from the same man, how they say it. But when it comes to that blessing and that lineage that God chose, it's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which fall to the 12 tribes. Right. So we didn't do anything to get it. We just got lucky enough to be in this situation, and that Abraham was righteous enough to get it, right?
So for the people outside of the 12 tribes, is our job to like get them on board with us then?
That's not time. Give me Zechariah 14 and 16, and you hold that. I don't get that, right? Give me Isaiah 61. Watch it. And you just hold it. You got it. And go to where the time of the Gentiles. Is that in here?
Nah, no, it's 63 too. Yeah, see, you know.
For your shame, you shall be known. I will make everything with them, and their sins shall be known. Might be tripping.
Maybe. Come on, 63, we'll talk about the Gentile, like the Gentile.
No, not yet. Start it. I can spin that. Go to start at verse 7.
Book of Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 7.
Start at 8. Just go to 8. Go to 8.
Verse 8. For I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offerings. I will direct their works in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them.
Right.
And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles.
It says, so boom, this is the gospel being read. It said he's going to make an everlasting covenant with them, with the Israelites. And then it said their seed is going to be known amongst the Gentiles, right? So right now isn't time for the Gentiles to get it. Could have been Isaiah 63. I might have been tripping. But it's not time for them to get it right now, because it's going to be a time and a place where they do come and they're going to be worshiping God and giving offering. But that's going to come in the kingdom while they're our servants, right? They're not going to get that right now while we're in the captivity, because we got to preach to our people. And before anything can happen, we got to make sure our elect is sealed and our people come back and wake up. So that's where that's coming from. Watch it.
Zechariah 14, 15?
16.
16, okay. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 16.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem.
So all the other nations that came against Jerusalem, that came against Israel, right?
Shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
So boom, this is why we're in the kingdom, where everything's basically over and done with and we're in rulership. The other nations, say it again, bro.
So this is after judgment?
Yeah, this is after judgment. Now we in the kingdom is being built. The other nations are there, and now they're serving our God the way we do. Now they're grab onto the hem of them. There's a Jew, right? You know where it's at? Right. Let me get it. Let me see how I get it real quick. Give me 1 second, bro. Zechariah 8:23. You got it.
Zechariah 8:23.
Yo. I think that's it. Let me see. In those days, y'all shall come to pass. 10 men shall take off.
Yep.
Yeah, boom. Watch it.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 23. Bring it out. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew.
He's taking a hold of the skirt of him that's a Jew, right? They follow him around. They holding on to them and holding on to them because now they're keeping their customs, right? Find me in Ezekiel where they talk about the hills. The hills. Hey, where's that in Ezekiel where they talk about the hills flowing into the mountain? You know, am I quoting that right? That's it, Isaiah 2? It's something in Ezekiel. Hold on, bro. That ain't what I wanted, nigga, but I'm gonna let you ask. Just use that. Yeah, I got it. You said that's crazy.
That's crazy. Because Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain.
They said the mountain of the Lord's house is going to be established in the top of the mountains, right?
Come, it shall be exalted above the hills.
And they're going to be exalted above the hills. These are talking about the nations, right? You going?
Come, and all nations shall flow into it.
And all nations going to flow into it. Israel's going to be the mountain set atop everybody. These other nations are going to be the hills, and everybody's going to flow unto the mountain. Damn, it is Isaiah 2. I'm cut. Holy shit. So it's going to be all those nations flowing unto them and watching after them. Well, not watching after them, but following after their footsteps. Go to Deuteronomy 4. Is there more on that?
No, you good.
Deuteronomy 4.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, I'm going to start at verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that you should do so in the land in which you go to possess it.
Wherever you go, these laws that I give you, these judgments that I give you, you're supposed to keep these wherever you go, right?
Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
So in the sight of all these other nations, right? This is your wisdom and understanding, and this is how you conduct yourself.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
So now when they see you, it's not like, oh, look at them niggas. Now it's, damn, look what they got. Look at how wise they are. Look at how they operate. Look how organized they are. Now that's when it starts flipping. That's when that law converts your soul, right?
For what nation is there so great, who has God so nigh to them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for?
So now it's a rhetorical question. Who the hell is greater than them? Look at how they moving. They got the God over everything. He done damn smoke Egypt, smoke Babylon. He done did all of this, and he dealing with these people, and they walking like that. That's how these other nations are gonna flow unto us in that hill, because now the world's gonna be at peace once we come back to being righteous, and now we start ruling the world with righteousness.
Right. Read verse 3 on Isaiah 2.
You want Isaiah 3? No, go ahead.
We got Isaiah.
I'm working on it.
All right, you got it.
We got Isaiah chapter 2, going back to verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of God, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we'll walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Took the long route, fuck it. Hey, look, here with it. I blame this nigga. He was supposed to tell me that, bro. He ain't say nothing, bro. Don't be around brothers like that, bro.
No, he told you
anyway. But basically, bro, that's where they come into play. Right now, they kind of just living it up. They in America, wherever they having the time of their life. They on top right now. It's gonna be a time where it's gonna be a paradigm shift, and we gonna take rulership, and we gonna be on top, and it's gonna happen forever. You guys on? Give me Daniel 2 and 44.
So the Israelites are to be like the people to beat the path and show everyone else how it's supposed to be done.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we're supposed to lead above them.
Say it again, bro.
But are we supposed to lead above them, or are we gonna?
Hell yeah. It's like, give me Revelation 2 and 26.
No.
Hell yeah, we on their ass.
Right.
You see how you gotta live in America, right?
Yeah.
Taxing on every damn thing. You can't even drink water without being taxed. Nigga, you can't die without going broke. Imagine that. You can't afford to die, and you can barely afford to live. That ain't right. Come on, that shit ass backwards as hell. Watch it. And your debt go see, exactly. So we just, nigga, they getting their money regardless. So let's believe when we get our rulership, oh yeah, we on your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Book of Revelation chapter 2, verse 26.
Bring it out.
Because this is what we want right here.
In verse 26, and he that overcometh and keepeth my words unto the end.
The ones that are gonna overcome this world, they're gonna overcome their flesh and overcome this beast system. The one that keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments is out here teaching their people and following the same things that they teach and not being hypocrites. This is what's gonna happen.
To him will I give power over the nation.
I'm gonna give you power over all the nations, right?
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
We ruling them niggas with rigor. They can't go, they gonna be praying for the damn Sabbath to come when we can't bust their ass. Real life, they gonna be building our streets up with gold. It's gonna be hot as fuck, and you ain't getting no water breaks. It ain't no break, ain't no lunch break. We ain't doing none of that. At least for the first 2 years. You ain't getting none of that. That's how it is, bro.
I didn't know they said this in the Bible, bro.
Because
I did not know this at all.
how Christianity uses Bible, they keep us docile.
Right.
This is a revolutionary book.
That's right.
It tell you to take your heritage back and to now take the kingdom of God. and now you reclaim your rulership on this earth. That's what this book really teaches. Give me Revelation 13:10.
Book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10.
Right.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
The same people that led your people into captivity, they're going to go into captivity, right?
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
And whoever kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. So all those people that did that to our people in their lands, yeah, we finna get it back in blood.
Right.
Give me that in Numbers 35 and 33. Go on, bring it out. You got something?
Yeah, hold on.
Go on, you good.
Book of Numbers chapter 35 says verse 33. Son, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defiles the land.
Right.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood.
Blood defiles the land, and the land can't be cleansed with blood, but what?
That is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right.
The water. It say the land can't be, you got them up? It say the land basically can't be cleansed unless by the blood of the ones that shed it, right? Your ancestors got killed and slaughtered over here, so did ours. And people think that we finna be over here and living it up until we make millions of dollars and we can be at the top 1%. No, this land is polluted. It's not holy. So the only way it's gonna get basically unpolluted when them damn nukes come over here and burn this bitch up, and all them same people that oppressed us come back on this earth and they get that judgment back. But that's what's coming.
So once we take our roots back, it's going to be an eye for an eye for the people.
Hell yeah, 100%.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
So everybody that was against you going into captivity. Whoever came and possessed you, you're gonna possess them. The same way they did you, they finna get it back. All right? Give me Zechariah 2.
And
2
they,
and 14, I think, so.
and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil,
Apple Adana,
and all
Zechariah?
they,
you got it, go ahead.
and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Bring that out one more time, Slock, yeah.
I bet. Every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
So the people that basically used us, misused us, that's another word I'm trying to think of. Everybody basically misused us and mistreated us, yeah, they finna get it back tenfold, right? They finna get their cup back double, real life. You got it? That's Zechariah 2, ain't it?
No, I thought it was Zephaniah. Psalm 7?
Hell, it gotta be another translation. 2 and 8, Zechariah 2 and 8, hold on.
Zechariah 2 and 8.
Let's see.
Zechariah 2 and 8, you right.
Where is that? I'm tripping. I'm over here looking on the wrong page. All right, bet, boom. Okay, boom.
The book of Zechariah, shit. Book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. But thus saith the Lord of hosts, after
Hey, y'all know that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, y'all God's chosen people. Y'all the Israelites of the Bible. It's time to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's right. The book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8.
Bring it out.
But thus saith the Lord of hosts, after glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoils you. For he that touches you touch the apple of his eyes.
So the Israelites are the apple of the Lord's eye. And they say, whoever touches you, touch the apple of your eye. You got kids, bro? You got a girl? Shit, when you had a girl and you loved her, anybody that crossed to touch her, you was on time and right. It's time to go. That's the same way how God looks at us as his people. We're the apple of our eye, and all these other people then tried to spoil us, tried to mistreat us, and now they're gonna get that same calamity back on them.
So, I just lost the question. Okay. You said earlier for the first 2 years, we're gonna have an eye for an eye.
Oh no, I was just talking, man. That's just me. I was just like, for at least 2 years, them niggas ain't getting no lunch breaks on it. I was just putting hyperbole on it. It's not like that's anything in the Bible.
I was a little confused on that.
No, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna ultimately be ahead of them, and they're gonna be our hewers of water and drawers of wood. The same way we work for all these other corporations is the same way they gonna work for us. That's how that's gonna go. It's just gonna be shit. We're not gonna be on the floor, no. We're gonna be shift managers sitting in the AC, kicked back on the chair while they busting their ass fixing all of this stuff up. That's what it's gonna be like, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, what are What are the chapters that you quoted for these?
Say it again.
What were the chapters that you quoted for these so I can...
Go to Isaiah 61 again. Watch it. Watch it. And then you can get Isaiah 14.
Book of Isaiah chapter 61. I'm going to start back at verse 8.
And Brandon, you remember Revelations 2 and 26, and you get it to him later.
Book of Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 8.
Go to where it said they basically gonna give us that gold and shit. I'm not even saying it. I'm not sure. Huh? It's 60. It's 60.
Yeah, right.
Okay, boom. Yeah, watch it.
The book of Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night.
Right.
That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
It say that men gonna bring you the forces of the Gentiles. That's talking about their wealth. You're gonna be taking in their wealth, right?
And that their kings may be brought. For the nations and kingdoms that will not serve thee shall perish.
So now they gonna get an ultimatum. Nigga, you gonna give us everything you got or you're gonna die. It said the nation and the kings that don't serve it, they're gonna perish. You're out of here. You're done, right? 14 from the top.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, from the top. Bring it up. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Right.
And set them in their own land.
Right.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Right. So now these other nations, they're going to be with us, right? What they going to be doing?
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
You're going to possess these nations now, right?
In the land of the Lord for servants.
In the land of the Lord for servants. So when Israel gets their land back, these other nations are going to cleave to them, and the Israelites are going to possess them, and they're going to be servants, right?
For servants and handmaids.
Right.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So now they're going to be captives the same way you were a captive, right? Get Revelation 13 and 10 one more time. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And they're going to rule over the people that oppress them, right? See, you see how everything that's been going on is righteous retribution for us? Everything that we went through and the things people put us through is now going to go back to them if we get back right with God. When he comes back for us, that's the narrative of the Bible, right? Go on.
Book of Revelation chapter 13 verse 10.
Oh, wow.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
So if you lead into captivity, you go into captivity, right? You kill with the sword, you get killed with the sword. Yeah, did that answer your question, Val? Yeah.
I have one more question, but let me get back to you on that.
All right, you good.